breaking news for you.
Good morning, Notre Dame.
You're going to want a rain jacket.
Notre Dame men's basketball
coming out of the East region. And
can you get me a gym time?
Not only that, it was a shutout, of course.
For NDTV, I'm Abby Urban.
Good morning and welcome to ND Sunrise. I'm Lyric Medeiros.
And I'm Abby Urban.
We are here every Tuesday and Thursday morning to bring you the latest on life here at Notre Dame. We have some breaking news for you this morning. Yesterday afternoon, we received an email from the Office of the President regarding the student vaccination requirement for fall 2021. As a high rate of vaccination is critical in the local, national, and global fight against COVID-19, and vaccines are readily available, the university has reached a decision. Notre Dame will require all students, undergraduate, graduate, and professional, to be fully vaccinated as a condition of enrollment for the 2021-22 academic year.
The university will offer a way to be vaccinated for those who are unable to obtain a vaccination prior to arriving for the fall semester or whose vaccination is not recognized by the state of Indiana. Until then, the university strongly encourages students to get their vaccines, which they can easily do right here on campus. Doing this will reduce the risk of infection on campus and in the local community.
The university has established an easy way for students to register their vaccination status by providing an online tool, which can be found in the latest email from the Office of the President. The university has done a great job in making vaccinations an easy task for each of us to do by hosting a vaccination site right here in our backyard at the Compton Family Ice Arena.
As we discussed in our previous episode, students are eligible to be vaccinated on campus beginning this week. If you have not yet received your COVID-19 vaccination and have yet to schedule an appointment, please sign up for an on-campus appointment as soon as possible using the link in your email. The university suggests using the vaccination center provided here at Notre Dame.
Father John Jenkins stated that if at least 90% of students receive the first vaccination dose, the university would allow inter-hall visits to residence hall, common lounges, raise the capacity for informal outdoor gatherings from 10 to 25 participants, eliminate the mask-wearing requirement for outdoor events with 25 or fewer participants, and restore some outdoor recreational activities such as basketball and volleyball. The university will consider implementing these changes after the final day of the first round of vaccinations.
If all goes well with these initial changes and 90% of students receive their second vaccination dose, the university will eliminate weekly surveillance testing for fully vaccinated students, suspend the exit testing requirement at the conclusion of the semester, and provide more activities for senior week and commencement weekend. Of course, these plans are subject to change as the university observes the health, safety, and compliance of the student body.
Wow, what a hopeful look ahead.
Yes.
Thank you, Father Jenkins, and all of those in the administration working so hard to keep us updated. We will do our best to provide you with the information we receive on what next year will look like. However, let's keep in mind that these changes can only be implemented if students continue to follow current university protocols, such as attending weekly surveillance testing, wearing masks indoors, maintaining physical distancing, and completing the daily health check. In the meantime, let's sign up for those vaccinations that our university has been working so hard to provide us with so that we can achieve that 90% and move one step towards a normal school year.
And as always, if you have any questions, please contact the COVID-19 hotline at 574-634-HERE or 4373, or email them at covidresponseunit@nd.edu.
I'm ready for my vaccination. I'm signed up for Sunday.
Me too.
Sunday as well?
Yes.
What time?
1:40.
1:40, I'm at 11:40.
Okay, perfect.
And maybe we'll see each other.
Yes, right.
My roommate and I are going together so that we can hold each other's hands because we're afraid of shots. I have always been. But we know the vaccines will be more than worth it. We want to achieve that 90%, and the only way we can do this is by coming together as a community like we have this year to persevere through the pandemic and get our vaccines. Let's finish strong. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's take a look at that COVID dashboard. Today, the university reported 11 new cases, adding to the semester total of 1,400 cases. Undergraduate students have contributed to 1,164 of these cases, and the current 7-day moving average is 12.1 cases per day. That number is certainly lower than last week, and we hope it stays that way.
Absolutely. And to keep on this downward trend in cases, let's make sure to wash our hands, wear our masks, and remain socially distant when possible. We all have some renewed motivation with the hope of restrictions lessening as we move throughout the semester.
Moving beyond campus, Cesar Sanchez is back as one of our political correspondents to share with us the latest news in national politics. Cesar.
Good morning, Notre Dame. I'm Cesar Sanchez, and here's your national politics update of the week. With the passing of the landmark American Rescue Plan in the back mirror, the Biden administration now turns to a new legislative priority, passing a massive infrastructure bill currently named the American Jobs Plan that comes with an estimated price tag of $2 trillion. President Biden laid out his plan last Wednesday, stating that the bill is, quote, not a plan that tinkers around the edges, but rather is a, quote, once-in-a-generation investment in America, end quote. The plan includes spending on rebuilding roads and bridges, public transit, the elimination of lead pipes, initiatives to shift to more renewable and cleaner energy sources plus other climate change-related spending, and a number of other targets. In order to cover the substantial costs of the bill, Mr. Biden proposes increases in corporate taxes and other taxes on multinational corporations. Initial reactions from Senate Republicans included criticisms of the price tag and skepticisms in being able to pay off the bill without adding significantly to the national debt. A new Georgia voting law has spurred national debate and controversy. The law, which its supporters claim enhances election security, was passed by the Republican state legislature in Georgia and signed into law by Republican Governor Brian Kemp last month. It includes provisions that adds a voter ID requirement for absentee voting, reduces the hours for absentee and early voting, reduces the number of absentee ballots drop boxes, and prohibits people from distributing food and water to voters in line. The Suez Canal was finally reopened on March 29th after the massive cargo ship Ever Given was stuck and blocked the incredibly vital waterway for more than a week. As of March 31st, Indiana has now made vaccines available to all residents 16 and older, while also ending the statewide mask mandate after April 6th. And with that, this has been your weekly national politics update. I'm Cesar Sanchez, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Cesar. We appreciate you keeping us updated on all of those issues, especially voting. Super, super important.
Absolutely.
We have a busy and exciting weekend full of activities here on campus, so let's get started. First, for anyone missing live entertainment, as I know I do, the FTT department's concert production of Jesus Christ Superstar will take place this Friday, April 9th at 8 p.m. in the Notre Dame Stadium. The audience will be seated on the field, so make sure to bring a blanket to sit on. The tickets will be distributed at a first-come, first-served basis, so line up early if you'd like to get the best seat. The show is full of incredibly talented performers, and you won't want to miss it. Break a leg to the cast and crew.
Yes, Abby and I will be there ourselves
Yes, we
at
just
8
made
o'clock.
plans.
Yes! So if you'd like to see us there, you can come in. Join us on a blanket maybe to watch Jesus Christ Superstar. Looking to contribute to a worthy cause this weekend, one of our campus radio stations, 88.9 WSND, will be hosting a radiothon to raise money for the South Bend Foundation for Music and Healing, an organization that brings music education to students with special needs and disabilities. Join WSND outside of OSHAG from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday, April 9th, to help with their fundraising efforts. They will provide bagels, lemonade, music, giveaways, and information on how you can donate.
And with this warm weather comes the need for a seasonal celebration. SAO will be hosting the Spring Festival on Saturday, April 10th from 6 p.m. to midnight on North Quad, South Lawn, and Library Lawn. The night will include events and entertainment such as kite flying, a glow roller rink, and even a zip line. I'm excited for that.
A zip line.
Live bands and food trucks will add to the excitement starting at 9 p.m. I think these events will be hard to miss, but be sure to check out all of the offerings all around campus. And these last few days have brought a heat wave to South Bend, and I am quickly getting used to it. It's very nice. But is it just a fluke, or are these higher temperatures here to stay? Chloe Stafford has the forecast for us. Chloe?
Hello, ND students, along with everyone else watching. Here's your weather for this week. First, let's look at today's weather. The rain is predicted to start around 7 a.m. this morning with a 30% chance of rain. Unfortunately, the rain will stay throughout the day, and more towards the middle, we will see a 60% chance of rain. However, if you do have any outdoor activities planned, I recommend you keep those later at night because the rain comes to a close, but clouds are still around. And you know what comes with April? That's right, rain. But then again, April showers bring May flowers, so we can appreciate these 5 days of rains we get in this next few days. So obviously, in the beginning of the week, we have a lot of wet weather coming through with temperatures mainly in the 50s and 60s. And today through Monday, we will have consistent high humidity. Getting into Tuesday and Wednesday, we get no rain, but still cloudy skies, with temperatures a bit colder with highs in the low 50s and lows in the 30s. So remember your umbrellas and rain boots this weekend, and let's look forward to those Mayflowers. Back to the anchors.
Thank you, Chloe. We'll be sure to pack our umbrellas for this week. I love the warm temperatures, but I guess warm temperatures comes with a cost. We can handle a little rain. It'll be a blessing.
I agree. We're here for it.
Yes, absolutely. And with this warmer weather brings us spring sports. Elise has an update on all the latest news concerning our favorite Notre Dame teams. Elise.
Good morning, Notre Dame. Here's your weekly Irish sports report. You may notice that my slides look a little bit different today. They're green. That's because today I have a special edition of my Irish sports report, and I'm calling it Fightin' Number One. Yes, I came up with that name by myself, but these three Notre Dame teams have reached the point in their season where they are facing off against the number one teams in the country, also known as the most exciting, stressful, and competitive part of the season. So let's start off with Notre Dame softball. The Irish faced off against Florida State University. FSU is currently ranked number 10 in college softball and number 1 in ACC standings. Additionally, FSU has the most ACC championships of any university with 17 titles and is the reigning ACC champion. Unfortunately, FSU continued its dominance this weekend and swept the Irish in a 4-game series. However, the Irish used the FSU series as an opportunity to expose some newer players to some of the best in college softball. In Game 4, Macy Eck, a sophomore outfielder, led off by hitting an HBP. Molly Carney, a freshman pitcher, had her first career collegiate appearance in Game 1 with 2 outs in the 5th inning. And freshman Carly Kloss made a few appearances in the batter's box this weekend as well. So even though the Irish finished out the weekend with a big goose egg in the win column, the fact that the team was able to focus on developing younger players and stay strong and positive against a ruthless opponent is a testament to the character of the team. I think this photo behind me from the past weekend sums it all up. This coming weekend, Notre Dame takes on number 2 in the ACC, Clemson, at home. Go check it out at 5 o'clock on Friday, 1 and 3 o'clock on Saturday, and noon on Sunday. Go Irish, beat Tigers. Speaking of games coming up this weekend, the Notre Dame men's lacrosse team will take on the Duke Blue Devils this coming Saturday at noon. Duke is currently ranked number 1 in the ACC. The Irish are going into the game confident. Why? Because this past weekend, the Notre Dame squad beat number 4 Syracuse 18-11. Here are some highlights from the game. The Irish attack got goal contributions from 8 different players on the afternoon, and the duo of Kyle Gallagher and Charlie Leonard were a huge factor in the face-off game, combining to win 23 of 32 at the dot, while scooping up 15 ground balls. Long story short, Notre Dame might not be number 1, but we can sure operate as a number 1 team. This weekend's game is going to be crucial for the rest of the season and in defining this team. The Irish must use this game as an opportunity to build momentum again after losing to Virginia on March 27th. Hopefully this weekend can mark the start of another Irish winning streak. Now for Notre Dame's women's lacrosse. They also have a challenging game coming up this weekend as the 4th-ranked Irish take on the number 1 UNC squad. The Irish have been on a winning streak lately, beating out Liberty University, Louisville, Duke, and Virginia in their last 4 games. And if this season has taught us anything, it's that these 2 women are the key to success for the Irish. Samantha Lynch currently leads the Irish with 22 goals and 28 points in 7 games this season. She has been named the ACC's Offensive Player of the Week on 2 occasions in 2021 alone, and has netted at least 4 goals in 4 contests this season. Bridget Dean, a goalie, was named U.S. Lacrosse Magazine's preseason goaltender of the year and currently leads the nation in both save percentage and goals against average. These 2 team leaders are on fire going into this weekend matchup against UNC. The Fightin' Irish definitely have a fighting chance. So make sure to tune in to the ND-UNC matchup at noon on Saturday to see this team dominate. And that is all for me, so head on over to UND.com for all things Irish sports. That's where I always go. And of course, I'll be here every week with the updates. Thanks for joining me on this special edition of Sports with Elise. Now back to the desk. Go Irish.
Thank you, Elise. I know I, for one, am looking forward to that softball season. Sounds very promising.
Absolutely, and your sister being a softball star herself.
Oh, yes. I'm definitely a big fan, for sure.
Well, that's it for this morning news. For more things NDTV, you can follow us on our social media accounts at Notre Dame Television or our Twitter at Notre Dame TV and at Notre Dame Television on YouTube. You can find all of our episodes under ND Sunrise.
However, if you would like to be a regular ND Sunrise watcher, you can find us on Channel 57 every Tuesday and Thursday morning from 5 to 7:30 a.m.
And if what we do here at ND Sunrise is something that you think you might like to do, you can email us at ndtv@nd.edu or just come on down to the office. There are a range of roles to fulfill here at NDTV. From in front of the camera to behind it, we have all the resources to help you learn all of the basics in the new studio. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Lyric Medeiros.
And I'm Abby Urban.
And from all of us here in the studio, we wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you and go Irish!